Hey guys, how are we all? Welcome to My Way Tarot. This is going to be a general love reading for the sign of Pisces for the final week of October 2021. This can resonate with your Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus sign, so please check out the other available videos on the channel so you get a fuller, more rounded picture as what potentially could be happening for your love life in this week. Now these are timeless readings, so it's kind of whenever you come across this reading when it's most likely going to resonate for yourself. I could be reading for yourself or for your love interest, the one that's on your mind, etc. So kind of use your own discernment and flip the roles to however this best fits with your particular situation, but please do not make the story fit. If parts of the message resonates or the whole reading resonates, then that's great, that's cool. If it doesn't resonate, then it's just simply not your message. So just take what still fits and leave the rest, guys, okay? So I can't believe that we're nearly in November, or nearly coming up for the end of the year. It's just absolutely crazy how fast this year has gone. But also we do have Halloween at the end of the week, so I hope that you guys have some really lovely plans and that you're going to be getting out there and enjoying yourself, have a bit of fun. So happy Halloween to you as well. I hope you have a good time. Let's look into this, shall we? Pisces for love life. Okay, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. What's happening for Pisces for love? Angels of love and light, will you please provide us with messages for Pisces, please? What's going on? What's going on for Pisces? Oh, King of Pentacles in reverse. Death in reverse. Could be dealing with a Scorpio or an earth sign. I'm getting very strongly like, for some reason, a relationship to do with potentially a karmic partner or a karmic cycle is coming to an end. Maybe you may have felt relatively ungrounded to do with this particular relationship or to do with this person or someone that you're dealing with, like your love interest, if they're dealing with a third party. They're really unsatisfied in this other situation as of right now, and they're potentially ending this relationship. They're realizing that it's gone past its sell-by date, and they're feeling relatively miserable and depressed and most likely broke, and they've had enough and they want to get out of it as soon as possible. And I feel like there's been something has happened where there's been some unwanted changes. I mean, look at this, the burden they're carrying, for they feel like they stayed in a situation or relationship potentially due to a financial obligation, and this has been incredibly tiresome on you or your person, and somebody is closing out a cycle. They're wanting it to be done. Enough is it enough. They literally got their head like, you know, tucked in behind, so they can't even see what's in front of them. They've been so burdened here, exhausted, but that's all coming to an end. I knew that was something, that cycle was coming to an end, and we've just seen 333 on the clock. So there's definitely some sort of assistance here in allowing a situation to move on forward really gracefully, so somebody's not feeling stuck. I'm getting the worst is over. Like, so this period of instability or a turbulent time or insecurity or what have you, that's coming to an end, and it successfully will be completing something that's been going on for quite some time, and somebody's going to feel incredibly relieved by the whole thing. Let's look at what else there is here. What else is going on here for Pisces? Oh, yeah, so we could have new love coming in for someone, potentially a fellow earth, water sign. I was going to say earth, but we already have earth here on the table. Yeah, oh my gosh, look at that, new love coming in with the King of Cups, and you know, maybe you're taking a new chance on love, or potentially this person that I've been talking about, if they're dealing with a third party, they're ending that and they're getting more in touch with their, getting more in touch with their feminine side for some reason. Maybe they're very overly masculine, and they're getting more in touch with their emotions. So maybe that's potentially an old saying, like getting more in touch with your feminine side. And so potentially this person is realizing that they want to look on the lighter side of life, the brighter side of life. I'm getting always look on the bright side of life. So you could potentially be dealing with an older person. I'm getting and always look on the bright side of life. I'm getting that song by Eric Idle from, I think, Monty Python. So potentially the if you guys are not British or from the UK, you might not necessarily have heard of Monty Python or anything like that. But the song is always look on the bright side of life. So someone is definitely excited to have something brand new. Like they even want to come forward and bring you a flower. I mean, how cute. Very chivalrous of them. Somebody, I feel like they're an old romantic, whoever this is. If they're not an older person, they may come across like they're an old soul. Look at this. It's a wish fulfillment here with the Aquarius card. You know, there's going to be some sort of healing. Somebody wants to find some common ground after a load of conflict. Maybe there's been some sort of lies or deceit or a lack of communication. But that's going to be healed and cleared up, and then you'll be able to move on forward in victory and success in relation to the connection. Either that or a past person, this past person, who's the King of Pentacles in reverse, or they've been dealing with that person. So you could be dealing with two different people here. So a brand new love, or another person from the past wanting to come back and heal and rekindle, and they've gone through a lot with the karmic partner and they're wanting peace in their life because they may have been lying to themselves about their particular situation, being in denial that they have these deep feelings for you, and they're wanting to come forward and offer some sort of stability eventually. But potentially they may find out about this new person coming in and get relatively jealous that you may have more options. I'm getting that. Ooh, okay. What's going on? Oh my gosh, this is your card here. Pisces, Hangman. So somebody is taking action. They're done with hanging around, waiting around for things to happen. They're getting ready to move on forward. Potentially you may be fearful if this past person is coming back and they've been dealing with a karmic partner, regardless of the feelings that they have for you. Yes, it could be good intentions that they would like to heal something between the two of you. But if this person jumps from one of this other bad relationship with this other person and then comes forward towards you, and if they do it relatively quickly, has this person really learned their lesson from being with this other person? Or are they just relatively jealous and possessive about the fact that somebody else could be coming in and wanting to express their love? So therefore, there may be something there that somebody may be coming out of the woodwork just predominantly because they may find out something online or something. I'm just getting that for some reason. Like somebody wanting to manifest you here. Look at that. Gemini, Libra, Scorpio energy. Somebody wanting to take a chance. But the ball, I feel, is going to be very much in your court. Like whatever option it is that you decide to go for, whether if it's a new love or an old love with a past person, what have you, it's going to be down to you. And you will most likely have to make a very important decision about what it is that you're going to go for and take action on this. But you won't have to be fearful about being alone and being single or anything like this. Like, potentially that's also a fear I'm getting from this past person if they had been in a codependent relationship or predominantly financially codependent in a long-term, potentially family dynamic, because the King of Pentacles is like a family man. Or potentially they're strong businessman, very wealthy. Potentially they've gone through a lot of, they've lost finances, or they may be going through a divorce if this person was married or something along those lines. Yeah, look at that. Somebody's reflected and realised that they want to manifest something with you, that they've just going through a very difficult rocky patch in their life, that they made a poor investment that was emotionally unfulfilling, and they're exhausted from the whole thing, and they're really willing to give it up. And now they feel regretful that they stayed in it, and they want to go after their happiness, and their happiness is to be with you. I mean, yeah, and they're trying to get their confidence back to take action, to come forward and eventually rebalance things. But you know, they're trying. I feel like this person may come across as a little bit desperate. You may be a little bit like taken back by this person because they've really gone through it, or they've lost a lot, or something like this. And you know, they may be a completely different, you know, person from what they were before. And you're like, you come across as like a shell of a person of who you were previously. I mean, this is crazy. So where else? I'm just getting a lot here. Yeah, look at that, victory and success here with the world upright. So yeah, there will be some sort of reunion at some point. There may be a delay, but there will be success in a particular reunion of sorts coming in. It just may not necessarily happen as of right now. Or potentially you may have difficulty with moving on from this past person and be interested to pursue this new love that could be really good for you and make you very happy. But then I feel like you're holding some sort of reservation for this past person for some reason. What else is going on here? But everything will eventually happen at the right place at the right time, when you're kind of, you know, you might meet each other, and it will just happen when it just feels right, you know. Somebody wants to travel to see you. You may even meet this person, this new love, on your travels, I'm getting. You know, if you're traveling to another country, or even across the state, or different counties, or on a business trip, or something along those lines, I'm getting. That potentially you could bump into someone who's very different from you, and they have a lot of feelings. Yeah, I'm getting that. Potentially, what I'm also getting is that if this person from the past comes back around to you when everything is right, you might have to take it easy with this person, because they will most likely have their armor on. You see how this person's wearing their armor on this chariot? They will be boarded up because potentially they have these emotions for you, but they are keeping them very close to their chest. So potentially they haven't necessarily openly expressed these feelings. Could be dealing with a Cancer, and they need to let their guard down. Look at that. You may be that person that's going to help heal them, to emotionally heal them in a sense. You know, you're not doing the work for them, but you're kind of like a catalyst in a way to getting this person to recognize about what it is that they need to do with dropping their guard down. But they'll gain confidence eventually. But this person, if they really have been through the mill and they come back to you, you may just say to them, like, listen to them, hear them out, and say, I know that you've gone through a lot, and potentially you may have felt like there was lack of hope, but with you and I working on something, and that it was dead and gone and things are not going to happen. You know, just because there's a bit of stagnancy doesn't mean that something's not, you don't just turn off your feelings for someone. So it's kind of like, you know, you will eventually just sort it out. You'll have to take the time with them to get through their defenses, because they will be having a very high guard up, because yeah, this person's been really hurt before in the past because they made a bad investment. I mean, we've seen that like a few times now, haven't we? Whatever this person had from the past, and they dealt with a long-term situation with someone else, if this resonates, that was not built on solid foundation. They did not have a good start with that. Most likely your person was financially carrying the other person quite potentially for a long time. And so therefore, you know, it was mainly based on a very material relationship rather than anything to do with love. And potentially your person has their guard up when it does come to love, because they have these feelings for you and they're unsure how to express them. So it's like when this other person, if a new person comes in, it's really going to trigger them to sort themselves out, to then eventually make this kind of leap, this jump, to come forward and approach you, to travel to see you, and converse about the idea of seeing where you guys stand with one another. Because this person may not just be very good at communicating their emotions. Yeah, look at this. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is that potentially either you or your person, for quite some time, there's been either a loveless marriage or a long-term loveless relationship of sorts, where the financial stability has been there for quite some time. Everything's sound there, but there's been no intimacy or closeness or emotion to do with that connection, and it's become very predictable, very boring. And the love that potentially that there may have been there, which I'm not really feeling overly much if your person's dealt with a third party, I feel like predominantly it was all due to financial gain and reputation and status and wealth, and they could have been dealing with someone who was a bit of a gold digger. But also what I'm getting is that this other person, this kind of third party, they may have used intimacy, like withheld intimacy from this person and used it potentially as a weapon, you know, and maybe your person had the finances, had the money, and gave them like an allowance, like, and I'm getting the sense that they had this kind of financial agreement of like, you know, I'm getting like sugar daddy, like paying for intimacy, potentially. But something didn't necessarily work out. Maybe they were trying to manipulate one another or something along those lines. That's just something extra that could be coming through for someone. But what I'm getting is somebody may have felt like they were trapped in a loveless situation, like a passionless thing. And they've been in two minds about leaving this situation for quite some time. Maybe having their own kind of pity party and feeling like, oh, well, I can't do anything, I can't take action in my life, I haven't got the green light to make these changes, I'm going to be stuck in this forever. And then potentially they may see they're so involved with themselves here, like this person's got their back to the other King of Cups, that potentially brand new love could be sweeping in, coming in for you, and somebody may wanting to move forward. And they may feel like they've missed out on the chance, they've missed out on the boat to come forward and be with you because they've been so self-involved with themselves, you know, being in victim mode, saying, oh, woe is me, I'm going through this and this, and they've completely just not even noticed or properly recognised that you may have been moving on with potentially a new partner. What else is going on here? That was just, I just dropped the cards there. What's going on for Pisces? See, my throat's wanting to close up. Somebody just feels like they can't talk. What's going on for Pisces, please? Look at that. The period of time where you felt that there was unrequited love, or people that weren't emotionally available, people that didn't necessarily have the best of intentions towards you, may have been trying to manipulate you in one way, or like there were people like using you for one night stands or anything like this. Obviously there's no judgment here, you kind of do what you like. But what I'm getting here is that, or there's like this kind of the sense of that's all coming to an end, and there's going to be love coming through on the table, because you've had enough with dating. I'm getting you've had enough with dating a load of other people that not necessarily on the same page as you, and you're turning a corner in your love life, and you're recognizing that you just want something, you know, peaceful, where you have mutual respect. I mean, who doesn't want that? Yeah, you want commitment here. Look at that, with the Hierophant wanting to jump out there. Long-term commitment. You want marriage. You want stability. You've had enough with the dating game, most likely. You're wanting something long-term. And most likely that's what you're charging towards. That's what you will most likely get. You're making, see, look at this. You're making plans for this. You're making plans. You're no longer stuck and trapped in your head about what potentially it is that you want in your life. And I'm getting the sense that this other person, I feel like this person from the past, they're really trying to sort out themselves financially so that eventually they can feel like they can come round to offer you some sort of commitment and travel to see you. But they've been very much up in their head. And I'm getting the sense that you may even potentially have a choice. You may have a choice between potentially two partners. And I said that from the get-go, so this could be either one person or this can be two different people. So you may have to make a choice. It may not necessarily be as of this week that you have to make this choice. It could be a little bit later on, potentially. But what I'm getting is that something may be coming in for you that you have to make a choice. But you've really worked on yourself. Yeah, you're leaving emotionally anything that doesn't necessarily serve you anymore with the devil in reverse. Look at that, Capricorn energy. You're just saying, look, I've had enough is enough. I'm breaking free. I've decided that I'm taking more control of my love life. Like I've been through, I'm just done with dating and running in circles, being unsure, having people that have been in my life who aren't necessarily emotionally available for me. My heart's not necessarily in it anymore. And you're feeling exhausted from the whole thing. You're just feeling knackered. And potentially, it's like you're done with all of these different other people that have been in your life or coming in and out of your life that have potentially said that they're interested or shown that they're interested, but then you keep on getting these like red flags, like these particular warnings or signals about what it is, should I do this, should I not do this? And you're just completely fed up. Potentially you may feel like, oh, well, I can't trust anyone because they may just kind of, walk out in the middle of the night and not come back and ghost me and just kind of use me as, use my body type thing. Like, you're completely done with all of that. And I feel like you're just finishing off this last phase. Look at that, you're done with the hot and cold communication, potentially taken advantage of by the, by people who are just in and out of your life. Because it's not been emotionally fulfilling. Been let down potentially by people. Like, enough is enough. What I'm also getting is that potentially this person, if they were in a third party and they didn't continue communication with you, if they ghosted you at one point, that may have been very difficult for you to have to try to move on from that. That may have been really quite hard to deal with. And you maybe thought, oh, well, I can't deal with this. And then something seems to have changed in this person's life. Like the tables have turned. And now they're going to basically see you have this victory and success with potentially a long-term commitment with the love of your life. If not a love of your life, then, this is so interesting. Obviously, please take what resonates. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to clarify these majors because we have a few here on the table and the readings are pretty much going on long enough. So they're only kind of meant to be weekly readings, but I get carried away with all these different messages coming through. It's like I have to kind of go with it, Obviously take what you feel resonates and what leaves the rest, but What's happening with this star anyway? What's going on with the star energy for Pisces? Ooh, too many, gosh. Look at that, everything working out in your favour. Wheel of Fortune. You're going to have a breakthrough. Oh my gosh, yeah, look at this. The period of time where you've had little contact from people, where you haven't been on the right page, where people haven't necessarily expressed their feelings or their needs or what have you to do with a relationship, or kept on feeling if you were making the wrong decisions or your person was making the wrong decisions. You may have felt like, oh, okay, maybe I'm you know, not necessarily in the right mindset to date. You know, I just want something long term. That's all coming to an end, and you've been doing some healing. Yeah, because you're no longer tolerating anybody that's going to be selfish, who's going to be deceptive and not give you the equal give and take that you're deserving, because, you know, it's not fair to keep on putting people, you know, like up in the air, and they're not sure about what they're doing themselves. It's incredibly selfish, and this may have really put you down for quite some time, and you may have felt like, why does everybody feel like they can potentially take advantage of me and just think that I'm going to be here for a quick fling, you know? And that may have been something that was really difficult, and maybe you're now getting to the point where you're seeing your worth and realising that you want something long term and balancing your life and leaving negative thought patterns behind, you know, and, you know, decide to stop playing it safe with just saying, actually, it's okay to ask for what I want, and what I want is something, you know, long term and where I'm going to be appreciated. This is so beautiful. What else here with the star? I mean, we can't really say much more than that. It's like miracles coming in for you. It's like dreams coming true. Like, you're going to be, if you're fed up with dating, then that's going to be closing out, and most likely you may have a chance meeting with the love of your life. If not, then you're just surrendering to fate and seeing what happens, you know, and there's nothing wrong in that either. So we got this here with the Four of Cups. Yeah, so you're now fantasizing about what it would be like to have this true cup coming in for you, which is from, like, it's going to be blessed. Look at that, it's coming from the divine here with the Four of Cups, you know. This is going to be really beautiful. You may feel a bit unconfident, unsure of yourself, lacking in self-esteem maybe a little bit, because about this offer you may be unsure about whether to take it or not, but I feel like it'd be really worthwhile to take it. Yeah, you're just a bit unsure, like, oh, is this people going to be in and out, being flaky? Because you have to set firm boundaries with them and standing your ground, because you're not going to tolerate any toxicity or unhealthy behaviour from anyone. Why is the Hangman here in reverse? Why is the Hangman here in reverse? Oh, wow, okay. The Ace of Swords in reverse. That's come out again. Somebody feeling trapped up in their head. I'm getting this sense that someone's been lying to themselves, that they're a victim and that they're feeling trapped and they can't do anything. And that's basically what I was saying earlier. Somebody really feels like they can't move themselves forward. They feel completely in the dark. But they're not in the dark. They just had these particular thought patterns that they were. What else for the Hangman in reverse? They may have been so used to kind of blaming other people for the way that they feel rather than looking at themselves. You know, pointing the finger, I'm getting. And they're realising the truth of the matter, that potentially the reason why a long-term situation didn't necessarily work out here, it was a fleeting success with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, was actually down to them. And then with this realisation, they're having sleepless nights. They've been contemplating their whole life, getting like, oh wow, actually maybe it is me. And then this could have been, this is the 10th sword. Kind of, you know. And now they have to make plans to be able to change that so that justice can work round in their favour. But they have to do the work and be honest with themselves and other people about what it is that they want to do and how they want to be able to move on forward. But they're realising that they can't just keep deceiving themselves by staying or going into other relationships of sorts and marrying, potentially if they got married, and just going in it for financial. There has to be emotion there as well. Especially with a long-term home or something along those lines, it's got to be fulfilling in one way. So why do we have, the next card here was the World. Why is the World here upright? This is really beautiful. But they sacrificed love to marry for money, if they did marry. Your person's gaining confidence. You may have another person coming in, potentially, who's also going to make you very happy. I really feel that you have multiple choices and options here, guys. So I feel like someone who may be very balanced in their feelings, and they're gonna actually like be very emotionally intelligent. They may be their own boss, maybe even an entrepreneur, somebody who really takes action, and they're not scared to like go through particular challenges, maybe coming in for you, maybe coming back in. Something that's going to be really successful. Whoever this person is really good looking. They're very strong, they're very confident. They like to be very independent though, so they would want if they go in for a relationship with you, they would want you guys to be like your own selves, like have your own independent lives rather than something codependent, obviously, because that's not very healthy. So what else is here for the world, please? The Pisces. Where's the world? Yeah, look at that. Rebirth, transformation, Scorpio energy. Look at that. Six of Cups in reverse. So there's going to be major changes, and it's going to be happening all of a sudden. There's going to be person from the past coming back. Potentially you may say to this past person, look, I mean, I'm not sure if I love you anymore, if you did love this person at one point, or this past person's going to come forward towards you to let you know that whoever they were dealing with in potentially a loveless marriage, or they thought that there was love there and may have been taken advantage of, their person, their karmic partner, potentially karmic partner, is going to say to them, look, I didn't ever love you and I don't love you anymore. And so this person's going through this major thing in their life that they don't have very much control of, potentially. And they want to come forward and tell you that they've been out of their depth to do with this other person, because they've been dealing with someone incredibly selfish, who most likely has been stealing their money, and they're given up on them, and they're going through a divorce or a selling of property or something along those lines, and they're dividing the assets because the person that they were dealing with was incredibly childish and immature and unreliable, and that they potentially see you as their soulmate and they would like something more with you, but they've been very emotionally unfulfilled in this other situation and feeling a little bit vulnerable as of right now, and that they need to heal before they come forward towards you. Okay, so obviously take what you feel resonates. What's this Chariot here, please, for Pisces? Lots of different messages here, guys, so obviously, wow, okay, well that was the Ace of Pentacles and it was upright, so somebody definitely wants to have a brand new beginning. I can't quite pick up the card. They may be going through a divorce, a separation of sorts, something that didn't necessarily work out. Somebody wants to have a brand new beginning though. Look at that, and be emotionally fulfilled. Look, I mean, you can't really make it up. Could be dealing with a Gemini. You're ready just to have something brand new. Like these new people that be coming into your life, you may meet them on traveling, or meet them while you're traveling for a job or for work. Look at that. There's also a traveling card here with the Three of Wands. You may meet someone on your travels. Yeah, you're definitely going to have options, and this is going to potentially make you very happy, but then you may be like, do I want loads of options, or do I want something long term? And you may be a bit unsure about the idea here with the Two of Wands in reverse. But whatever, you're going to make a decision. You're going to either just make a decision between two people or potentially even three people now. I'm kidding. Or four people. I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 court cards here. So obviously, however this resonates, and it's quite possible here with the options card. So, lastly, let's look at this Hierophant. Could be dealing with a Leo. You have that strongly in your chart. What's this Hierophant about? I feel like you're just wanting long-term, there may be a friendship that comes forward towards you. It turns into a romance. You may be very stressed or unsure up in your head about, oh, you know, how to move on forward. Maybe someone's going to come forward towards you and say that they wish to leave their partner, or they're in the process of leaving their partner, but they're fearful about what everyone else is going to think of them, even though they want a long-term commitment with you. Oh my gosh, look at that. Sagittarian energy, they want to balance things out. I feel like this person's emotionally all over the place. Look at that, 10 of Cups in reverse. They're very unhappy right now. They're just unfulfilled. They need to balance their thoughts out a lot better to come forward. That they want to reconcile. Oh my gosh, they want to reconcile. Look at that. They want to come forward with some sort of news to give you the truth. That something that necessarily wasn't working out in their life anymore has crumbled beneath them, and it wasn't built on solid ground, and now therefore they want to tell you this particular news. Do I still have a chance of making it right with you? Can we have a new beginning? Please don't put me out in the cold again, or just don't put me out in the cold, please. Could be dealing with an Aries or Scorpio energy quite strongly here as well. Okay. So anyway, guys, I hope that you have enjoyed the reading. If you did, please like, share and subscribe. Leave us a comment. I greatly appreciate it. And if you do decide to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you guys get an alert as to when I post another video for you all. If you are interested in TikTok, then I have an account over there called MyWayTarot444. Also, please do not get scammed by anyone, guys. I'm not available for personal readings as of right now, so please don't give over your hard-earned cash to anyone pretending to be me via WhatsApp or email or anything else, okay, guys? Also, enjoy the rest of October, and happy Halloween. So please take care, and hopefully see you guys again soon for the November readings. See you later. Bye for now.